What's up guys, it's Crimson from Simple Studios, and today I'll be going through 4 effective techniques to make sure that your track is exciting and keeps evolving throughout the duration of the track without adding too many new elements or even introducing ear candy. We all know that automating the cutoff of a filter of a synthesizer allows us to create a crescendo and allows, modifications of the synthesizer and making things exciting within the track. But that's something that everybody else does already. The way we could even further make things interesting is, first of all, let's get the decay of the envelope that has been attached to the cutoff. So this envelope 2, has this ADSR attached to it. So we're just gonna modify the decay by introducing an LFO, which is this device on Ableton that allows you to control the modification of something or modulation of something in a repetitive fashion, which is what an LFO does in general. So let's say we map this to the decay of this, right? But right now it's a little too much. It is creating an interesting change in things, but this might be a little too much. So we can change the rate to become a little slower. And then on top of that, what we can do is can change the depth to be subtle. So that while even the filter is moving up and down, we're also messing around with the decay of that envelope. And that way you can even automate the envelope and make things interesting. The second way you can make things interesting is adding the noise envelope and automating that or modulating that with LFOs as well. So adding another LFO over here and mapping this to the white noise. And then now what we can do is we can make sure that it creates energy over the span of 8 bars, which makes sure that over every 8 bar you are increasing the energy. And the way you want to the pattern that you would want to use is the up pattern, because it's like a reverse sine wave per se, which goes like upwards and then builds the tension and then goes back and settles, subsides back down. So if we were to use an 8 bar pattern, so this is so that's how the noise would work. But obviously, you can adjust the noise by reducing the depth and also reducing the offset, which is the starting point of this, of making sure that your tracks are exciting and interesting as they progress, and constantly evolving, is to add a white noise layer to a closed hat. So imagine you have a 16th hat. Pretty interesting, it has a groove, but what we could do is add a new instrument call and grab operator or any other synthesizer that produces white noise, switch the waveform to white noise, and then mess around with the decay and the release of this thing, making sure the sustain is completely low, and then just adding that. Obviously you want to adjust the levels, and then use our good friend LFO to work off the decay of the white noise hat. And make sure this is the up. And this creates an interesting and creates almost like a build-up kind of energy between every 16 bars of your track. The final tip, but the most important one, is also evolving the lead synthesizer or the arpeggiator by maybe introducing a new oscillator into the mix over time. So what you could do with automation is you can introduce a lower octave that will help you create more depth into that sound and creates excitement within that track. And make sure to do it with 8 bars in mind, because 8 bar rule is the most important rule. Make sure everything happens within 8 bars. Excitement is created within 8 bars. Things change. Now, the speed at which things change and how fast you mix in or mix out a track depends on the genre, but in general, having excitement and changes within 8 bars is a good rule of thumb. If you like this video, then hit the bell icon for future videos and tutorials, and make sure to join our Discord community to discuss music production and find like-minded people who want to help you succeed and who want to succeed themselves.